Hey everyone, Steven here. In today's video, I want to show you the fastest way to find products to sell on Amazon. So this is the Tactical Arbitrage Quick Picks tool. I'm going to show you how to use it and how to do product research so you can make sure you're buying profitable products as soon as you open up Tactical Arbitrage. And by the way, this is part of 3Code's Seller 365 bundle that you can get for $69 a month, which includes Tactical Arbitrage, Scout IQ, Scoutify, Inventory Lab, Smart Repricer, Feedback Quiz, and the Scout X Amazon and Walmart Profit Calculator. So all those tools are included in their software bundle right here. But let's just jump right into Tactical Arbitrage version 2, by the way. This is the newest update. So when you first open up Tactical Arbitrage, you're going to end up here in the home area, which is going to be a summary of all your searches. And it's going to give you some quick start guides at the top right here so you can start searching for products right away. But what we're going to look at today is going to be the Explore feature right here, also known as the Quick Picks feature. And as soon as we open up this tool, you'll see that we have a bunch of products right here where Tactical Arbitrage has found the same exact product from another retailer that can be sold on Amazon. So we could see products from Gilt, from Dermstore, from OpenTip, from Target. And if we scroll down, you can see there are just a ton of products available for you to start looking at. Now, if we look at the amount of items per page, we can see that there's 50 per page right now, and there's over 200 pages available, meaning there are 10,000 products so far available on these pages. Now, if we go past 200, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more, but something you will also notice is that not every single product is going to be profitable. For example, this product is actually a negative profit right here, this one as well. If we scroll up, we might be able to find some profitable products like this one right here, that's $2 profit. And if we keep scrolling, we're going to see a almost $6 profit item right here. You see, this is the first step, but what's important is we filter down all these products to make sure that we're able to look at products that we want to look at, which are profitable products that are selling on Amazon and products that Amazon is not selling on themselves. And just a note before we continue, if you click on the flag and the cart icon right here, you could choose the specific method where Tactical Arbitrage finds these products. So right now we're at stores to Amazon, meaning we're going to find products from retail stores to Amazon. But you could also switch to stores to Walmart, which is finding products at retail stores to sell on Walmart.com as well. And then the last option we have so far is US Amazon to different stores. So if you want to sell on multiple marketplaces like Target, Home Depot, you might be able to find some products from Amazon US to those stores as well. But let's just focus on Amazon. So we're going to click Amazon. We're going to choose the marketplace, which is Amazon US. And you can also switch this marketplace to UK, Canada, Germany as well, because you're able to sell on those marketplaces too. So we're going to click US and then apply. So after we have that done, we're going to go over here to this grid icon. So if you don't want to look at the view like this, you have an option to switch it to list view, right? And you have all these columns in the list that you can start looking at. If you apply view, then you can see a totally different view where you're able to see the price history and sales rank history and even offer count history over time. You still get your profit information right here in key information, but I'm going to show you another way to look at the same details, but in the previous grid view. So we're going to go back to grid view and then apply view, and then we're going to end up in the default view. Now you want to see that same price history and sales rank history chart. All you have to do is click on details, and then you're able to see that same chart and graph right here. And then we keep scrolling down, you're going to be able to see more key information that you might need. And if you want to look at the next item, all you have to do is click next, and then it'll go to the next item and update the chart as well. And you could go backwards as well. So we're going to exit out of here, and this is my preferred view. I know a lot of people might prefer the other view, but you have multiple options depending on what you want to see. So you can also sort this data right here by clicking on this sort icon by the gross profit, descending or ascending, or the ROI, or the retailer price, Amazon price, or when it was last updated. So if you want to see the most recent information, you could click on descending, and all of these products were just found a few seconds ago right here. So now that we have all the details out the way, let's start the filtering process. So we're going to go over here to filters. We're going to click on it, and then what's going to pop up is this very good looking filtering system. So shout out to the design team. This is amazing view. And by the way, this looks so clean. I'm so happy it turned out like this, because what's really important next to the functionality is just how nice it looks. So let's go to filters, and then what we're going to do is start filtering out all these products to see what we want to see. So we're going to start off with the gross ROI. I want to see a minimum of 15% ROI. And then for a gross profit, this is the dollar amount. So I want to see a minimum of $3 profit. Now, depending on yourself and your own business, you could always change this to, let's say, $5 or 20%. Or even 50% or even $10 profit per item. But let's just keep it low so we don't filter out too many products. So we're going to keep it at 15% and $3 ROI. And then we're going to see the base your product and ROI on the Amazon buy box. Now you could also base it off the average price in past 30 days, but sometimes you might miss some product opportunities if you do that as well. So we're going to look at the current Amazon buy box price. And then let's filter down some websites where we want to buy the products from. So let's do Target, and then let's do restaurant store. And then we could also do Walmart as well. And if you don't recognize any of these stores, you could just scroll down here and look at all the stores available. I think they have over 2,000 stores right now. So whatever stores that you want to source from, you could just select those. So I'm going to keep scrolling until I find some stores that I want to source from. Let's look at World Market. Let's look at Vitacost. And I have 5 stores selected, so I'm just going to keep it at that. So I'm going to exit out of this. By the way, if you don't want to filter down the stores, because let's say you're scared you're going to miss out on some product opportunities, you can always toggle on this exclude button right here, which will make sure that you don't filter out any stores. And if we go down to brands as well, you could filter that out, but we're just going to keep it as is and just press on that. And then we're going to go to Amazon categories. So let's say you want to niche down into a specific category, right? What you could do is click on the drop down, and then these are all the categories that are on Amazon.com. So let's say I want to start selling grocery products. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit right here. So grocery products, I want to sell health and household products. And let's do office products. And let's just include pet supplies as well, and video games and toys and games. So we're going to select those, exit right here. So those are the 6 categories that I want to sell in on Amazon. Next thing we want to do is put in a minimum amount of sales per month as well. So let's say for the listings, I want to see a minimum of 30 sales a month, because we'll probably have competition as well. Now you could filter down the maximum as well, but I'm just going to leave it at 0. And then we're going to click on the buy box owner. So this is who owns the buy box right now. So we're going to click on FBA and FBM, because there might be some FBM opportunities that we could send our products as FBA in order to get the buy box. And then for the hazmat products, we're going to click on show hazmat. So with hazmat, you're still able to fulfill it as FBA and you're still able to fulfill it as FBM. You just can't use any of the partner carriers to ship it into Amazon. And if you're shipping it to the customer, you have to use your own carriers as well and choose ground shipping. So the reason I want to include that is because there's so much opportunity in the hazmat categories where a lot of sellers aren't willing to sell these type of products. And then for the sold by, we're going to click not sold by Amazon. You could also include sold by Amazon for some listings where Amazon shares the buy box with third-party sellers, but you could choose to also not include them as well. And then these are the different product sizes. So if you only want to sell standard size products where you don't have to ship that product to another fulfillment center that is for oversized products or super oversized, you could just check these 2. But let's say you only want to look at products that are oversized because there's less competition and higher profit margins, then you can select small oversize or medium oversize or large oversize. For now, let's just check the large standard size and the small standard size. Then we're at the number of sellers. So we want a minimum of 3 sellers. This is because we want to make sure that the products that we're looking at aren't sold by the brand themselves or aren't sold exclusively by 1 or 2 other sellers that are authorized by the brand. So we're going to put 3 right here. Now you could also put a maximum amount of sellers. So for listings that have too many offers and too much competition, you could also limit that by how much competition you want to see. For example, if I want a maximum of 10 sellers per listing, you could do that as well. But I'm just going to leave it blank for now. Now the number of FBA sellers and FBM sellers, again, it depends on what type of products you want to look for, but I'm just going to leave all of that blank so we're not limiting ourselves. Now for the sales rank, this is where you could put a maximum amount of sales rank. So I'm going to put down 150,000. Now to some of you that might seem really high, but there might be some really good product opportunities in the product sales rank above 100,000 but less than 150,000 or less than 200,000. They might not sell as quickly, but there might be less sellers on them, which means that there might be more profit in the listing. You could also filter it down by the 30-day sales rank or the 90-day sales rank, but I'm going to leave that blank for now. And then for Amazon star rating, let's just do 4 stars and above. You could also keep it at 3, but there might be a lot of returns or the description is wrong on the listing. So you could also keep it at 4. Now I'm going to leave the amount of reviews at 0, right? Just so we're not filtering out new products that maybe haven't gotten a review yet, but they have a lot of sales. Now for profit margin, I'm going to include 10%. And then these are the store filters. So these are the retailer's filters. So we want to make sure that the inventory is in stock at the retail store, But for some product opportunities, you might be able to find some products that are out of stock and then track these products. And then when they come back in stock, you're able to quickly buy them and sell them on Amazon. That's actually one of the best strategies you can use to arbitrage products, but we're just going to include it in stock for now. Now, for third-party sellers, this means that for stores that have third-party marketplaces where sellers can sell on them, if we want to buy from third-party sellers from those stores, or we just want to buy directly from the store themselves. And we're just going to click on show sold by stores, because sometimes when you buy from third-party sellers, it might not be the same exact product, or you can find it at another place for a lot cheaper. So we're just going to find products that are sold by the stores like Walgreens or Target or Walmart themselves. And then for minimum store price, we could leave that empty for now. Sometimes you want to include like a minimum of $10 or $15 as a store price, because usually the higher the price of the store, the more profit there is. For example, if I was buying like a $5 or a $10 item, the profit might only be $1 or $2. But if I buy like a $20 to $30 item, the profit might be $4 to $5. So we're just going to leave that blank for now. Now, if you have any store discounts, you could also include that here as well. For example, if you know you could get 5% back using the Target Red Card, you could put 5% right here, and then it will apply that discount to your search. But we're just going to leave this at 0 for now. And you can search by the title as well, but I don't really remember any of the products, so I'm just going to leave that blank. You can also filter it down by keywords. For example, if you want to see multi-packs, such as pack of 2, pack of 3, you could also filter that down as well. If you want to see specific niche products, you could also put in a keyword to filter those products out, or to include those products in your searches. Now we're on the last two filters. So if you want the product to match 100%, you could just click on this. If you want it to match 80% plus, you could click on this. Now, if you want to see products where the match quality is great, but not 100%, you can also click on this one. Or if you want to see products that are good, but it might not be that product, you can also click on that. We're just going to keep it at excellent, but there are definitely going to be product opportunities where the AI might not match it, but they are the same products that you could sell. So in those scenarios, then you could click on this or this, but we're just going to keep it at excellent for now. And then on the date added, it could be anytime, but let's say you only want to see results from the past 2 weeks, then you could click on this one. If you only want to see results from the past week, you could click on this. We're just going to do 2 weeks for now, but what I would recommend is you play around with this, because there's going to be products that have been found more than 2 weeks ago that are still profitable, but you're filtering them out. But for now, let's just click on 14 days ago. And then finally, we could click on show results. All right, so now that it's loaded, we can see that there are only 7 products available for us to look at. But the reason that is simply because we put down so many filters and very specific filters. Now, if you want to see a broader range of products, what you could do is go back to the filters right here and then reload some of these filters based on a wider range. For example, for Amazon category, if I were to include all these categories by selecting all, I think we would have a much greater amount of products. And then the last 2 things I'll probably change is to include multiple sizes, so I'm not just limiting myself to just standard size products. And I would probably go over here to the sales rank and then increase this to, let's say, 200,000. Now, if we click on show results, there should be more products available for us to look at and sell. You see, now we have over 200 products available for us to look at and analyze to make sure that they are profitable and that they are selling. So I'm just going to quickly look at some products. Let's go to page 2. Okay, which product should we choose? So you could go one by one, but I'm just looking for something interesting. We have some Clorox right here. We have some Purell. We have some pure almond extract right here. So maybe I'll take a look at this product. I'm just going to quickly open up the details right here. And then we're going to analyze the price history and the sales rank history over time. So one of the reasons I picked this item is because the profit isn't too high and the ROI isn't too high. So it's more realistic. Whereas if, let's say, you see a product that is, let's say, $200 profit or 200% ROI, then it might be too good to be true, right? Whereas this one is pretty realistic for an Amazon product, especially in this price range of $23. What we're going to do is go down to the sales rank and buy box history over time and take a quick look at it. We could see that before it was selling for $19.99 in the past 3 months, but then now the price has gone to $22.99 and the sales rank has gone up a little bit, but it's still a very fast selling product. Now, if we go down to the offer count, we could see that there's decrease in offer count right now, and then there's an increase in offer count right here. Now, if you ever want to analyze this data by the specific time, you could click on this little calendar icon and then go to the last month. So this is the data from the past 30 days, and this is what I would use to make a buying decision. You could also go back to 90 days as well with last quarter, but a lot of things could change in 90 days. But I like to keep it at 30 days because if I could buy this product and quickly ship it into Amazon, I should expect a a similar data set to what it is right now in the past 30 days. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and then we see a breakdown of the profit, the ROI, and the sales per month, 368 estimated. Now, what we could also do is just open up these two products right here by clicking on them to make sure that all the information is correct. So we're going to go on the website OpenTip. We could see that it's selling for $9.87, but we could also see that there's also a share and earn 10% discount. So I'm going to keep that in mind. And they also have a best price in bulk. So I'm going to click on best price in bulk. And I see that if I were to buy 10 units of this product, I could probably get it for $8. Now, this is the total shipping for a quantity of 10, which is $18. So total is going to be $98. So I'm going to divide that $98 cost by 10, which will give me $9.80 per unit, which is 7 cents less, but any savings is more profit for myself. And maybe I could look at a cashback website for additional cashback as well. Now we're going to take that $9.80 cost and enter it into our Scout X profit calculator just to confirm. So we're going to click enter, and we can see that the profit is a little bit different, but the reason that is because if we press on this little I here, I also included the estimated shipping to FBA as well. So at $1.04. So with everything included, the actual net profit is going to be around $2.32, which fits into our criteria of a 10% profit margin and over 20% ROI as well. This is a good product to purchase. And if we scroll down a little bit, and if you just so happen to have Keepa, which you don't necessarily need anymore now that in Tactical Arbitrage, you do have that details and that chart right here. But let's say you are still using Keepa, you can see that the monthly sold chart right here, which is data given by Amazon, is over 300 sales per month. And there is no other variation of this product. So all 300 of those sales a month is going towards this product. So this will be a great product to buy, especially because the current buy box holder who's selling the product at $22.99 is also a FBM seller right here. So if we were to send this FBA and match the same price, we will also be able to win the buy box and get sales. So after you found a profitable product like this, now you have to decide how much to order. Now at a minimum, we're going to order 10 units in order to get that bulk pricing from OpenTip. Now I always recommend creating a test order before you go deep on any single product. This is because you want to build up your own sales data and you want to make sure that you don't have too much products on hand or too many products at Amazon's fulfillment centers, because in case the price does change over time and the price drops, I don't want you to hold on to too much inventory at once of this one particular product. So for this product, even if it sells over 300 times a month and we don't have too much competition, I probably want you to do a test order of around 10 to 20 units. This way, if you do sell out of the product within a week or even 2 weeks, you're able to get your money back, including the profits, and reinvest that into buying more inventory. Now you could decide to purchase more units of this product if it is very profitable, or you could decide to allocate that money into other products that we could find using Tactical Arbitrage as well. And a quick note before we move on, if you do want to send this product into Amazon FBA and have Amazon handle all your fulfillment, your true competitors are the other FBA sellers, and currently there's only 2 other FBA sellers. Now if you decide to fulfill the product yourself, for example, using MFN or FBM right here, not only are you able to save on the fulfillment fee right here and make $9 profit instead of the $2.32 profit, but your true competition will also be the other FBM sellers as well on the listing. So we have Liza Sweet and Treats, we have Super Seller USA, and we have the new mall right here. Now that was a simple breakdown of competition. I could go a lot deeper into this. So now that we found a profitable product that's selling over 300 times a month and we know how much we're going to order and we decided how we're going to fulfill this product, let's quickly go back to Tactical Arbitrage. This is the product that we're looking at. It's actually this one right here, right? So we click on details. We could click on this little folder icon right here to save this product into our buy list. So we're going to add it to collections. And then now we're slowly building up a buy list of profitable products to sell on Amazon. And since I'm here already, I might as well show you the other features of Tactical Arbitrage. If you click on this first icon with the 2 arrows, what it's going to do is open up both the Amazon product link and the retailer product link. So we're going to click on this, and then you can see it's going to pop up both of these products right here. And then if we click on this little bell icon, what you're able to do is actually track the pricing of this product. So there are a number of different ways to track it, but one of the coolest things about this price tracker is going to be the last setting right here, which is the notify if product is back in stock at the store. So this is really cool because there might be a lot of products where it's out of stock at the retailer store, but it's so profitable on Amazon because it's out of stock and no one could get access to to it. Now, if you're one of the few sellers that can set price tracking whenever that product comes back in stock at the retail store, and you're one of the few sellers that could buy that product as soon as it comes in stock, then that is such a big arbitrage opportunity right there, because there's going to be so many products that you see where it's out of stock at the retail website, but selling on Amazon for triple or quadruple the retailer price. So the reason that is because there's not enough supply in the marketplace. So sellers are able to increase their prices and make more money. So that is one of the coolest features that I just want to quickly share with you guys. If we go back here and click on the Amazon icon right here, it's going to pull up the Amazon search page with that specific title. And then we click on the Amazon icon right there with the little SE. It's going to take you to the Amazon add a product page where you're able to see if you're restricted to sell this product. And you can see that I'm not restricted and I can list this product as new and fulfilled by Amazon right here. All I have to do is just enter down a price like $29.99 and then sell this as a new condition, and then I'm able to list this into my inventory right here. If you ever want to quickly search this product up on Google Shopping, you can also click that as well, and it will look up the UPC code to find any additional places where you could buy this product as well. You could also do the same with eBay, and you could do the same with camel.com as well. So just a bunch of really cool features. This last little flag right here is going to be if the item is a mismatch, you could report it as a mismatch, and then it would just remove it from your view. So if you ever want to click the three dots, you could also ban a specific product or brand, or you could create customized shortcuts right here where you could add another link. For example, if you want to add like a Walmart link, or you want to add like a Home Depot link, you could add that as well, and it will appear right down here with your other buttons right here. So let's exit out of this. Now, this is just one product out of 200 products. Let's actually just find one more product. So I can show you that there's just so much opportunities to use tactical arbitrage in order to make a profit selling products on Amazon. So let's go to the fourth page, maybe see something that we're interested in. There's going to be a few listings where you might see like a 1-pack, but then it's actually a 3-pack on Amazon. For those listings, all you have do is do some quick math and multiply the single unit of $2.63 by 3 to see if it's still profitable after you subtract the new cost. So if we do 263 times 3, because it's a 3-pack from the pictures, we're actually going to get $7.89. So it's not actually going to be $8 profit. It's probably going to be 60 cents profit. So that was a quick note if you ever see these products where it shows the 1-pack and then a different pack on Amazon. Let me take a look at this product right here. So this is a Burt's Bees chapstick. The picture is not loading, but if we were to click on this, it should pull up both of these products right here. So I see that this is actually a 2-pack product right here. So I'm going to reconsider this, but let me just take a quicker look. So it's selling for, oh, there's a 20% discount. So I want to keep that in mind. So it's selling for $7.09 right here, right? So if I were to buy 2 of it, it would probably be $14.18. But I see that there's also an auto ship discount of 5% right here, which would equal $6.74, right? So I'm actually going to take this number right here and multiply it by 2. So $6.74 times 2 is going to be $13.48. And we can see that this product, even though it's a 2-pack and Tactical Arbitrage found it as a 1-pack, it's still profitable as the 2-pack. And this isn't including my 20% discount that I saw on the VitaCost website. And this isn't including cashback. So I'm actually going to add in the 20% discount right here by going to total cost. And then let's do a discount of 20%. Okay. Now our updated profit is going to be $7.99, and that is a almost 30% profit margin with 74% ROI. So that is a really good profit margin and ROI. We could also see that this sells over 50 times a month, which is the data that Amazon gives us. So we actually did find a really good product. Now, if we look at details, we could take a look at the buy box history and the sales ranks history over time, as well as the offer count history. So we see that right now it's actually at a higher price than it was just a few days ago at $24.99. So what I'm going to do is filter down the calendar to the past month, and then I'm going to use that $24.99 price because it seems to be stable at that price as well as my new buy box price. So we're going to go back to our Scout X calculator and then put $24.99, and we see the updated net profit is going to be $5.85 if we were to sell this at $24.99. Now, it doesn't mean we have to sell it at $24.99. We could still sell it at $27.51 and make over $9 profit. But just to be safe, if we were to sell it at $24.99, which it seems to be the stable price for this product, right, we could still make $5 profit FBA. So this is also another really good product that I'm going to add to my collections buy list right here. So I'm going to add it to collections. And as you can see in today's video, we're able to use the Tactical Arbitrage quick picks tool in order to find 2 profitable products that are selling really well on Amazon. Again, I have to reiterate, this is one of the fastest ways to start finding products that sell on Amazon. And if you want to give this tool a try and find some profitable products yourself, there's a 14-day free trial for this product. And if you have any questions at all about selling on Amazon, we also have a Discord community where I'll be answering those questions. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out the Seller 365 software bundle, and I'll see you guys in the next video.